podcast with your brother Old God and Sandman going in today on this Tuesday. That's right, Tuesday afternoon. We're going to be going live on Thursday night on the Uncensored Truth podcast channel at 7 p.m. Make sure y'all check us out there. Also 8 p.m. on Hip Hop News Uncensored on Friday night. So if you like us to listen to us live, make sure that you check us out there. But yes, hey man, I didn't want to talk about the Steve Harvey and Monique.
Indeed, man. I've been looking forward to talking about Steve Harvey because since we dropped a video on the Uncensored Truth podcast last week, it was a little bit of a mixed reaction. We were kind of surprised, not going to lie. A lot of people supported, a lot of people didn't. Very upset about what we said, the narrative. It was just jokes. We're hating. We're stretching. There was a lot of shit said about it. And we appreciate all comments, but we wanted to talk about it. And it's very good timing because Steve Harvey said something about the interview, the initial conversation that was even started to begin with. But before we get to that, I want to talk about the people, if you don't mind, oh God,
no doubt,
that were that had things to say about the conversation, both good and bad. Now, in the context, we heard that it was just jokes. It was just jokes. Now, just listen. We're from the Def Jam era. When it comes to comedy and when it comes to joking, I don't think you or I have a filter. Say what the fuck you want. Mm-hmm. Go all the way there. Mm-hmm. And if we decide to laugh or we don't, that's on us. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to enjoy your humor because I like fucked up humor. I do.
Right.
So growing up on Red Fox, growing up on Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Robin Harris, Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, Bernie Mac, the list goes on and on. We already know what we were getting at that situation. But what drew us to these people were the truth and storytelling that they were delivering to their comedy. They were telling the truth. Mm-hmm. When Richard Pryor talked about doing crack and burning his fucking hair off and going, that was the truth.
Right.
It was funny as hell, but it was truthful.
Yeah.
So when Steve Harvey goes out there and says, let me tell you what I would do for $10 million. I'm going to hop and jump like a monkey. Funny to some, but he was telling the truth. There was no joking. There was no it's just jokes to that. Mm-hmm. And I think people tried to get away from the narrative of him being on stage and doing what he does. And I'm not telling him he can't say that. I was simply saying, you were simply saying he was telling the truth.
Yeah. Definitely.
And when it comes down to the context in which we even brought up the conversation, him having a problem with Monique and her husband speaking up, it makes perfect sense when you bring it around full circle saying, well, damn, if he has a problem with them speaking up now, we already know what he would do for 10 million. What's he going to do for 140? Maybe tell another one of his black cohorts, shut the fuck up before Master gets you. That's all we were saying.
Yeah, that's all we were saying.
But in regards to what Steve Harvey had to say, now he said, my only regret in the whole thing was I was misspoke. In the heat of the discussion, I used the word integrity when I really was talking about the method in which she was going about things. And that's the only thing. I just want my young fans, the ones who look up to me, who consider me a role model and everything, to know that I must misuse the word integrity in the wrong context. I really was referring to what we had been talking about all day when her method about going about things. That's the only thing. Just for the young people out there, the fans of mine, because I live my life as a man of integrity, my words speak. I think God would have put me in this position if I was doing something right. Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts on that?
We listened to the whole interview, in depth, and I always got a problem. Like, if people are going to speak up, let them speak. Let them, say what they're going to say. Let them go through the backlash. Like, in a situation, like, he was dead wrong, and he came out, pretty much, admitted it. Like, if she feel like she's being wrong, she feel like, and I think she is definitely one of the top female comedians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If she's saying that she deserves that bag, let her get her bag. Nigga, you worth $140-something million. Why can't Monique get what Monique's going to get? You know what I mean? So, I just don't like this notion, that we have to be quiet and do it in a quiet way and, be humble all the time. Sometimes you got to be a lion, dragon, and go about it and get it like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that whole plantation thing, I think, is very prevalent in the mindset of a lot of people now. Be quiet, get your money, don't ruffle no feathers. You don't want to make nobody mad. Nah, sometimes you got to piss people off. Sometimes you got to push people around to get your way.
Especially in business.
Here.
Come on, man. Not all business need to be brought out to the light, but when you're talking about business and millions of dollars, goddamn it, sometimes you got to get ferocious.
Yeah.
Now let's keep Monique out of the situation, because some people got mixed reactions about Monique. She's a trouble starter. She's this. Her husband gets her in a lot of shit. Let's take Monique out of it. Let's just put a person in that situation who deserves their money, and you got one of your cohorts telling you to be quiet, please. You're causing a disruption. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Right.
You getting yours, why can't I get mine? Because you decide to do things that I'm telling you morally I'm never going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So now I get the short end of the stick. Okay, cool. This may be the business that's played. Cool. Fuck you niggas. I'm telling my fans to boycott you because this is what's going on over here.
Mm-hmm.
Take Monique out.
Right.
Put a man in that situation. He don't deserve to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's keep that away from being Monique and a problem, and let's keep this even. It's a person, and if that person is just as talented as the next person and they want a certain dollar amount, whether they get it or not, they deserve to have conversation about it and say what they want to say.
We gotta like remember, man, like if you want to, a lot of people, you hear them, they get mad when a lot of NFL players don't, salute the flag. But what is the flag supposed to stand for? The people who founded this country, they cry loud. They spared not, you know what I mean? They went to war, they fought, they screamed. They didn't do it humbly and quiet. So sometimes, like I say, sometimes, not saying you got to always go to war, but sometimes things, are not always done in a meek and humble way. Sometimes you got to bring that monster out of you to get people to say, okay, well, look, she's serious, let's, meet her demand,
And this has to be said. We're the only ones to ask to be meek and humble.
Yeah,
we're the only ones. Now, we're naturally humble at heart. We understand the difference between humility when it comes to just out here and then being what the fuck we got to be when it comes to taking care of our business.
Right.
And this is why we don't let certain people off the fucking hook when it comes to business, because we take that shit seriously. If somebody was trying to buy something from a white man and he asked him for his business plan and he didn't have it, he's not getting an investment because they don't play with their bread. Right. So stop asking us to play with ours.
Yeah.
When it comes to business, when it comes to giving, charity, being humble, no problem. But y'all want us just to sit back and be quiet or accept just the bullshit because we're black. No.
Yeah, definitely, man. No doubt. But you're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old Guy and Sandman, going in today on this Tuesday. If you're listening on YouTube, I need you to do me a favor, hit that like button and make sure that you share this video. Sandman, Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.